If you have scored 160 scores in the just concluded UTME examination and you are going for a highly competitive course like nursing, medicine and surgery, law, engineering, etc., all right, don't panic. I'm going to tell you, or I'm going to break down step-by-step process on how you can still gain admission with this your 160 scores and above. All right, I know this is mind-blowing. I'm just going to break it down how you are going to get admission with this 160 scores and above. The interesting part of it is that you are not going to pay anybody any dime and you are still going to get admission. All right, welcome to Brainy By tutorial, where we talk about things that concern Jamb and admission. If this is your first time of coming across this video, go ahead and subscribe, and most importantly turn on all the bell notifications so that when I drop any amazing video just like the one you are about to watch right now, YouTube will notify you and be the first to check out the video. Right, a lot of persons scored 160 scores and above in the just concluded UTME exam, and the whole thing is that it is not their fault. All right, a lot of persons put in a lot of effort, they read, and at the end of the day it was just not enough. All right, so what happened is that Jamb happened and they scored 160 scores. So we're not going to blame anybody. You tried your best and it's not your fault. All we are going to do is to talk about the way forward. That's all I do. All right, whatever thing that happens, we look at the way forward. That is exactly what we are going to look at. All right, now you have scored 160 scores. What is your chances of getting admission? You have a chance of getting admission. Yes, quite right, you have a chance of getting admission, but only if and only if you follow these particular steps, and I'm going to talk about in this video, and pay attention to these particular steps I'm going to talk about, because it is very, very important and very, very necessary if you want to gain admission in 2026. All right, having said that, guys, let's get right to the video. All right, you have written your Jamb and you scored 160 score. The number one thing you are going to do is to make sure that you are preparing you are going to start preparing yourself now ahead of the UTME examination, post UTME examination, because after now Jamb is going to sit and have what we call policy meeting. All right, policy meeting is where they will be discussing the Jamb national cutoff mark for the year 2026 that will be guiding us, or that we are going to use for the admission processes. All right, so that's where they will sit, and after that their cutoff mark is most likely going to be between 150 and 160. That's to tell you that you still stand a chance. All right, is that not mind-blowing? It's mind-blowing. All right, so if that is mind-blowing, go ahead and subscribe and like this video, and as well share it to your friends as well. All right, now they're going to sit and have what we call policy meeting, and after that they're going to decide their national cutoff mark for the year 2026 admission processes, and the cutoff mark for this year is most likely going to be 150 to 160 scores in 2026. All right, so after that happens, what next is institutions will start selling their post-UTME form, and selling their post-UTME form. They will attach their cutoff mark for this particular year. Right, they're going to attach their cutoff mark for this particular year. So what you are going to do is, if you score 160 or 150 and above, you are eligible to purchase their post UTME form. Now that gives you another opportunity or another room to strive. Right, that gives you another opportunity or another room to strive. That's where you are going to show yourself that you are really serious, because you are not a course. Because I saw some of the Jamb past questions, I saw some of the questions because I'm into it, and I saw some of the questions. Most of the things you read did not come out. All right, I believe that most of the things you read did not come out. You didn't see literally everything did not come out. All right, you just did your best, and at the end of the day you scored what you scored. So it is totally not your fault. All right, so that's what you are going to do now. You are going to prepare yourself ahead of the post-UTME examination. All right, when you do well in your post-UTME, remember, a lot of persons that scores 250 scores and above in this post-UTME, they might most likely in this UTME examination, they might most likely fail post-UTME. So if, let's assuming that 50% is going for 50% of candidates going for engineering courses. Right now, this 50% of candidates going for engineering courses, and let's say 40% scored above 200. Right, 40% scored above 200. So out of the 40% of candidates that scored above 200, and during the post-UTME examination, there is every high tendency that 20% might be eliminated, all right, or might be disqualified because of they didn't pass pursuit TMA. So what happens then is that when they are disqualified, you that scored lower score will not have a chance, or you will not have a slot. Right now, another thing that will actually help you to secure admission even when you have a low Jamb score is your good WAEC result, because when you are talking about admission, there is a lot of things that we need to put into places. All right, we'll talk about the Jamb score, we'll talk about the WAEC result, I will talk about catchment area also plays a whole lot.